In the past, he and Sakamoto were both part of the Assassin Alliance. Seeing Aoi walking over with her daughter, Shin lied and claimed they were actors practicing escape techniques, preventing the truth about the bounty on Sakamoto from being exposed. Before leaving, the daughter specially gave the silver-haired man a bandage and praised his acting as very cool. Soon after, the group left. Although the silver-haired man gave up his assassination attempt, Sakamoto's crisis was far from over. 2 other assassins had already arrived at the amusement park. A man named Boyle insisted on a tough guy persona, with the principle of not killing any living being other than the target, including even a line of ants on the ground. His partner, a Bigero, was a fangirl who worshipped the strong. Soon, they ran into the silver-haired man in the restroom. A Bigero pinned him down without a word. Both were seniors to the silver-haired man and were the ultimate power representatives of the anti-alliance, having once taken down hundreds of people on their own in the Balkan campaign. They came not only to eliminate Sakamoto but also to clean up their junior's mess. Seeing he was mostly fine, a Bigero was filled with excitement at the thought of meeting the legendary assassin, while the scar on Boyle's face began to ache. This wasn't from Sakamoto. He had just tripped a few days ago. But they did have a history. When they first met at the training facility, the 14-year-old Sakamoto was hailed as a prodigy. Boyle acknowledged his strength and saw him as a fellow tough guy. From then on, they naturally started hanging out together. Until one Valentine's Day, Boyle lamented that tough guys like them would likely never receive chocolates from girls. Just as he said that, someone gave Sakamoto chocolates, and his locker was overflowing. Most painfully, Nagumo rolled in a whole delivery truck at the perfect moment. That shattered Boyle's heart for good. From then on, Sakamoto was no longer part of the tough guy circle. As the poison side effects set in, Shin's mind reading would soon lose its edge. Fortunately, the rides were all outdoors and open, preventing an ambush like before. But as dusk crept in, the atmosphere shifted. The mother and daughter insisted on the dark, claustrophobic haunted house, exactly the playground killers love most. And, no surprise, assassins disguised as NPCs were already lying in wait. With no other choice, Sakamoto feigned fear, charming his daughter while taking down the attackers one by one. Meanwhile, Lu Xiaotang was on the verge of soiling himself from the eerie vibe. Pulling out the family's blessed medicine, he gulped it down. Shin sniffed it carefully. It was just liquor. Suddenly, a strange noise came from the door nearby. Without hesitation, Xiaotang yanked it open. Out poured a horde of zombies, swarming and scattering the group. Sakamoto immediately tried to protect his wife and daughter, but Boyle burst out suddenly, blocking his path. He dragged Sakamoto down a deserted corridor, ready for a one-on-one fight. Wanting to catch up before the fight, Sakamoto, focused on shielding his family, didn't recognize his old rival. Elsewhere, Aoi and Hana had fainted, while a Bigero tried to lure Shin for a showdown. Suddenly, a drunken Xiaotang leapt forward, kicking a Bigero away, promising to show this old hag the true fury of a drunken fist. A Bigero's excitement surged. Finally, a worthy opponent had appeared. Normally, with just a bit of focus, a Bigero could take down both easily. So she proposed a deadly game. First, order her men to restrain Shin, then tie him to a bed with a chainsaw waiting above. Every 10 seconds, Xiaotang must strike a Bigero, or else Shin would be chopped to pieces. There was no way this could be the end. Shin sheepishly admitted, "I think you're about to cry." Meanwhile, Sakamoto's patience ran thin. He decided to get answers about his wife and daughter by force. But Boyle only threw down a single explosive ball. An intense blast tore through the cramped space, not giving Sakamoto a chance to resist. A relentless wave of assault followed almost immediately. Thanks to Boyle's impeccable aim, multiple explosive balls flew from his gloves, converging to leave Sakamoto sprawled and paralyzed on the ground. Seeing the assassin legend reduced to this pitiable state, disappointment weighed heavy in Boyle's heart. He once regarded Sakamoto as the toughest of the tough. But 5 wasted years had stretched the gulf between them wide and deep. Listening to Boyle brag about his gloves, Sakamoto suddenly recalled their academy days, when Boyle and Nagumo were naming new weapons, and he caught a glimpse of the explosive balls recipe. Now, Boyle kept swinging his fists, eyes blazing with frustration and regret. The Sakamoto of the past was a prodigy showered with gifts, a flawless assassin able to clear any mission, someone Boyle could only admire from afar. Now, all he was left with was a body riddled with scars. And so, Boyle's youth seemed to come to a quiet end. But would the story's protagonist, Sakamoto, truly fall here? Suddenly, a fierce aura blasted through the room, straight to the crown of his head, making him struggle to believe what he was witnessing.